Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders, great most on the real world, and Shalom to all the brothers doing the work, Syrian truth. Yeah, I got this article on AP News. It says what Europe takes another step toward introducing digital euro. The European Central Bank said Wednesday it's launching a 2-year investigation on whether to introduce a digital version of the euro that would complement cash, taking a cautious step towards introduction as central bankers around the world eye digital currencies and their potential impact on policy and the financial system. So yeah, it's this digital currency it's been blowing up, and essentially for like all over the globe, this shit's becoming accepted, man. And it's not, it's not really a mystery, it's not really a marvel. Why? Because as far as for when it comes to the mark, all different aspects of it are really getting pushed out. En masse, you're seeing it with the brain chips, the implants. That's that's really blown up. Really come like a bolt. It was like Neuralink was kind of announced a few years back, but then it's like all the other different companies doing their own thing, all the other different bits of research being done. Like they weren't really making themselves known. Now you're seeing them all over the joint, man. And it's all these different factors are normalizing it, making people kind of think and see, man. It's even like with those Amazon Go stuff, and they're called Amazon Go in the UK, where you can just walk in. And then what do you call it? Amazon Go. You can walk in and then just like grab different products, and it's all like RFID tag. And then when you walk out, it'll just charge your account for whatever it is, that you left with. So these things are there, and it's it's funny as hell. Kind of crazy. It's all like people are much more open and accepting to these things because it's been a slow increase when it was first announced. Like all these concepts, people have been like, ooh, but because they've had time to kind of like just slowly, gradually bring it in, which that's how Esau does these things, and really it's how the Heavenly Father does it, because he's the one who's basically, pushing everything towards Esau's end. Esau trying to fill his belly. That's why you're seeing a slow, gradual push towards it. So this is what the European Central Bank said Wednesday it's launching a 2-year investigation on whether to introduce a digital version of the euro that would complement cash. Yeah, so that's the same thing with what the Fed's doing, and other countries as well. That I think was it the UK? Maybe not, but I know Russia is. China's already pushed through with it. I can't remember. I can't even remember the countries off the top of my head. They might say it in the article, but it says to the digital whether to introduce a digital version of the euro that would complement cash, taking a cautious step towards introduction as central bankers around the world eye digital currencies and their potential impact on policy and the financial system. the ECB said in a statement that the digital euro must be able to meet consumers' needs while helping prevent illegal activities such as money laundering. Yeah, that's always, they're always saying, oh, we're preventing, there's meant to be good attached to it. But that's the thing, is like the place who's implemented it the hardest is China, and them guys get down, they don't even play around. They don't even try and pretend that they're not just about total control. So that's why you see the way they can implement it. Them men have expiring money. We get a week to spend it, or it's just like it's a wrap. These are the kinds of controls that these elites want to be able to exercise over how people fuck with money. So it says what must not have an adverse impact on financial stability and monetary policy. Digitalization is reaching all areas of our lives. Fabio Panetta, a member of the ECB's executive board, wrote in a blog post, "The CE pandemic has shown just how fast such change can happen." Yeah, and that's why you had the whole Great Reset agenda being pushed. They're like, hey, we got an opportunity now to switch, chop and change everything up. And it's like globally as well. Pretty much every country, like let's say all the first world countries were just dashing money. All the ESOs, the Western countries, that were dashing money at the populace. Getting people used to just taking like payments. And that's why I think like the basic universal basic income, like I think they started doing that in a few other places in America. It's become an easier sell to kind of be like, hey, look, you just get used to being sustained by the by the system, and then people are like, okay, they'll fuck with it to a greater extent. Because why? Because they've already grown used to it. Especially here, it's like with furlough in the UK, it's people have got hella used to just being like, oh, okay, well, fuck it. You sit at home and just get money dashed in your account, and you don't do anything. Like that's become calm for hella people. So it says, and this is affecting the way we pay. We're increasingly buying digitally and online. He said that there were many questions to be answered, and a decision about whether or not to issue a digital euro will come at a later stage. If the idea gets a green light at the end of 2 years, it will take 3 more to actually develop the digital euro. That's what they're saying. But these things, depending on, just like you said with the sea, when a crisis goes down, then these things get accelerated. And as well, it's like now there's blueprints being made of how to do these things. Because like China is the one that's really pushed ahead and actually executed it. So they're just gonna follow in the mold, and that shit will come quicker. And it ain't looking like it's gonna take that much time. So it says central banks for 19 countries that use the euro is launching an in-depth study after already gathering input from citizens and financial professionals. The Federal Reserve is also looking into the implications. So the Fed, the states. So this digital currencies, all these things lead into the mark, man. And it's funny as hell, because like literally you had over the course of this year just like Bitcoin, cryptocurrency just blow up and blow into the mainstream so hard, because it's like you had a few years back where Bitcoin blew up. The first, I can't remember if it went over like 10k. It went over a certain price. And people were thinking about it, but it went up to like 60k this year. And that's where people, like, everyone on the face of the planet Earth was looking to get into it. And then everyone on the face of the planet Earth started getting into these crypto coin shit coins, just being pushed out fucking everywhere. which is kind of hilarious because yeah, it's and that's why they're like, okay, now regulation, it can be sold hella easy. Revelation 13 and 16, and he causeth all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand, or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Yeah, so that mark, that's that implantable chip that goes under the skin. And that's why all this digitizing of everything, the push towards even getting Neuralink, getting all these different angles of preparing, either laying the way for the mark to come, or systems for it to utilize once it gets here. And that's what that digital currency is doing. It's preparing for just like when it's like, okay, yeah, gonna have that digital system where it's the only way you're gonna be able to interface with it is whether you've got that mark implanted. And that's a lot of things, man. It's something as what seemed just like convenience, like Oyster cards, where it's like you can no longer use cash, or even where using cash on like the underground on trains and whatnot is you're getting an exorbitant price in the UK compared to just using an Oyster card, or even tapping with your phone, or tapping with your cards, contactless cards. These things are getting normalized. Apple Watches, all this is getting people used to just using these implantable chips. The external versions, but then implantable ones too. But yeah, it's things coming. Shalom. Yabba Shem Yashab Hashem Bakakadash Bakata. Shalom.